Hello friends, so I've brought you Devil May Cry Season 1, and in this season, I'm going to explain all the episodes in this very video. So let's start the story of Devil May Cry without any delay. So at the beginning of the story, we see that in a museum named Vatican City, some robbers have come here to loot something. And as the thugs are about to loot the items there, and then someone makes an entry here who is wearing a rabbit mask. And then this rabbit, while talking to these robbers, moves towards that sword. Then he takes out that sword from there and says, and this rabbit reveals here that this sword is Sparta's sword, who used to be a great knight. And Rabbit says that such a great sword of Sparta is kept in a normal museum. And then we find out from Rabbit's mouth itself that Rabbit had indirectly hired all these robbers. And then those robbers tell Rabbit to take whatever he wants from here. Then those robbers say that we should get our share. Then Rabbit says that you will definitely get your share. And then that Rabbit, one by one, finishes off all those robbers, meaning all those thugs. And then the alarm of this museum starts ringing, and the security guards arrive here. Then Rabbit, while killing them all, threatens them. And along with the threat, looking towards the camera, Rabbit says that the gates of hell are about to open soon. So all of you get ready. Quickly start hiring demon hunters. And as soon as Rabbit says this, the scene shifts. We see a city scene where a lady is passing through an alley with her child. Then her son's toy appears there, and as she goes to pick it up, and then demons appear there. They catch that lady, and the lady says, "Do whatever you want to me, but leave my child." Then the demon says, "Which child?" And just as that demon was about to kill this lady, and then the main hero of our series makes his entry here. Then he fires his bullets to save this lady, and his name is Dante. And then, while fighting this demon, Dante realizes that this lady's child is not actually a child, but is also a demon, and some demon had taken the guise of this child. So Dante recognizes it and starts fighting with it. But then that demon escapes from there. And then, on the other hand, we see a news report where a demon has been spotted in Vatican City, and this demon is holding a sword in its hand. And after seeing this videotape, the whole world is shocked, wondering if demons and such things really exist. Because according to common people, hell, demons, etc. are nothing, but these are all just stories. But it was clearly visible in the video that these were demons. And in this matter, the US president, and this person's name is William Baines, and in this meeting there's also a doctor whose name is Fisher, and this doctor works for Darkcom, and this doctor directly says that Darkcom hunts demons. Fisher explains that a demon's DNA and a human's DNA, our human DNA, is very different from a demon's DNA, and they reside in a parallel universe, and we humans don't know about this parallel world or universe. And in true terms, we humans can also call them hellbounds. And I want to tell you that hell and earth are both divided in half by a line in between, meaning there's a wall standing between them. And let me tell you straight, this wall between hell and earth, if it's removed, then hell and earth will mix together. And this wall between earth and hell is blocked by a quantum interference. And because of this, demons cannot enter our world. But due to quantum disturbances, some demons do come here when a temporary portal opens between hell and earth, and some weak demons can come and go here. And if, for some reason, powerful demons find a way to come here, and they do come, then our Earth could be destroyed. And here, they find the same CD, the one from the Vatican City Museum where Rabbit had attacked. They find that CD here. And here, Rabbit, who had clearly threatened that the gate of hell is about to open soon. And if you want a solution for this, you will have to find hunters. And then Rabbit says, humans, go quickly and find the hunters, or else the gate will definitely open. And hearing this, Vice President Baines orders that hunters be brought here as soon as possible, just as Rabbit is saying, we have to do this for now. And then we find out that all the presidents, whoever are in their seats, are like puppets of that president. They work on his orders, and he also gives them money, etc. And this Baines is also very religious. He trusts in God. And then we see that one by one, they start catching hunters too. And one of them, a man they catch, whose name was Benzo, but he wasn't a hunter, but he knew a lot about hunters, so he was caught. And Benzo tells that Rabbit had come to meet him, and Rabbit told him to hire a demon hunter, whose name is Dante, and that he should fight my demons, and so on, Rabbit had told him. And Benzo also tells all of them that when Hell and Earth were connected to each other, then an ancient demon named Sparta, a powerful demon, existed. And Sparta, taking the side of humans, started killing demons instead. And he went against the Demon King Monday. And then Fisher clearly says that this sword and amulets are like quantum devices. And these two stones are like a transmitter. And its one piece signals towards the other piece, meaning it works like a transmitter. And the sword, if these two pieces join together and are placed in the sword, meaning if Dante's locket is found by Rabbit, then he will open the gate of hell. And hearing this, Baines orders that we need Dante's locket at any cost. And yes, when the museum was attacked, then these people had sent some soldiers to kill Rabbit. But Rabbit killed all those soldiers, but one soldier among them survived Rabbit's attack. And how that soldier survived Rabbit's hands, we will find out clearly in the next episode. And now our main character, Dante, we shift towards him. And our hero is in a restaurant where he is enjoying his ice cream. But then a shape-shifting demon attacks Dante here. And now we find out the name of this demon, whose name is Plasma. And he had come here to snatch Dante's locket. And then Dante enjoys fighting this demon and easily defeats it too. But then this demon escapes from here again, telling him, "You don't even know, Dante, what your real power is." And saying this, that demon escapes from there. And then in front of Baines, there are many hunters, whom Baines himself had ordered to come here. And then Baines tells all these hunters that you don't have to kill any demons, but you have to bring Dante's locket, and that too safe and sound. And all these hunters are also shown Dante's face, that this is the man, bring him alive or dead, bring us that locket, and which is around his neck, meaning all these hunters have been given a hefty sum to bring that locket. And then we meet a girl whose name is Mary, and Mary is a part of Darkcom's elite soldiers. And Mary here catches a demon who had come here in human guise, and Mary finishes off this demon very easily. And these people send Benzo to Dante's house. But then Dante sees him and comes in front of him, because Dante was a bit smart. And then Dante says, "Damn it, Benzo, you called some thugs here. Thugs are waiting outside the building." And Dante figures this out. And then a fierce fight starts here. And then Dante, in a very action-packed way, kills all these thugs without harming them. And then a hunter suddenly comes and fires a bullet at Dante's chest, and his chest is pierced by the bullets. But then, bang, suddenly Dante heals. And then Dante very easily finishes off everyone else who was there. Then Mary enters. And then we see that Mary very smartly realizes that all the thugs sent here were just bait for Dante. The real game Mary is going to play. And Mary somehow snatches that locket from Dante and runs away from Dante and also fights him. And finally, she captures Dante in her truck. And then Mary injects Dante in the neck, and with that injection, a bomb also gets lodged in his neck. And then Mary says that if he escapes from a distance of 1 mile, then bang, the bomb in Dante's neck will explode. And after the injection, Dante's locket is gone from here, and he also faints. And then we find out something about this locket. And now we know that in Dante's childhood, Dante's mother had given this locket to Dante. And at that time, Dante also had a twin brother, and his brother's name was Virgil. And just as Dante got a locket, Virgil also got a locket. And then, in Dante's childhood, Dante's mother and Virgil were both killed by demons. And at that time, Dante couldn't do anything except protect this locket. Back, we find out that Mary has a bullet that comes out, it's meant to kill demons. Meaning, if that bullet accidentally hits a human, it won't have any effect, but it's specially made for demons. And Mary, after catching Dante, doesn't show him any mercy, but considers him a demon, because whether he's half human or half demon, she still considers him a demon. And yes, Dante healed at that time because he is half demon and half human. And let me tell you all that in the demon realm, the one who rules now, whose name is Mundus. And Mundus was betrayed by Sparta, and Sparta was Mundus's right hand. And all these Sparta, Mundus will have a very dangerous connection later in the story. And then we see Mary taking Dante in a truck, and Mary is talking to someone here. And Dante's locket was also with Mary. And behind, in a car, Dr. Fisher is experimenting on the stone and gathering information about the stone. And here, Bane says that whether Dante is the demon's half-blood or not, meaning if Dante becomes good in the eyes of the higher-ups, then he will also work for Darkcom, and it will be very beneficial for us in the future. And then Dante and Mr. Baines are talking to each other here. Dante says that he is not a demon or anything, but some mutant or something has done something to him, which is why he appears like this to you people. And Mr. Baines says that you are a disgrace to the name of a demon who walks around with demon blood, meaning you are a half-human and a half-demon, so prove yourself before God and show us what you can do. And then suddenly the truck stops here. Then we find out that Rabbit has attacked here. And here, man, there are all different kinds of demons. With the help of these demons, easily overpowers all of them. And Dante, seeing the situation, couldn't free himself, because here, Rabbit's demons had pinned down the elite soldiers. And then Rabbit enters there where the stone was kept, and Rabbit says, "Quickly hand over that stone to me." And then we see that Anders had given that locket to Rabbit, because now we find out that Anders' children were in Rabbit's custody. So Anders was working for Rabbit, and now we know that's why Anders survived there. And then Anders gives the locket to Rabbit. Then Rabbit joins both those lockets. And with this, Rabbit has joined that locket. And he also has that sword. And here, a very bright light shines. And with this, that locket also joins. And now we find out that to open the demon realm, there is another setup here. Meaning, Rabbit still needs one more thing with which he can open the demon realm. And then Dr. Fisher figures out that Rabbit still needs one thing. And then Rabbit finishes off Dr. Fisher. And then Rabbit gives Anders another wound, because he should work for him too. And with this, Rabbit leaves from here with his demon friends. And here, the demon friends he had killed many of the elite soldiers. And Mary somehow survives here, but she was in no condition to chase Rabbit. And then Anders frees Dante here. And then Dante says, "Enough is enough. Now I will take that locket." And then Dante starts chasing Rabbit. And then Rabbit signals to the demons. Then all those demons attack Dante. But then Dante somehow, dodging those demons, killing them, breaking them, moves forward towards Rabbit. As soon as he takes Rabbit at gunpoint, but then as soon as Dante is about to shoot Rabbit, he moves beyond the 1 mile distance. But then the bomb that was in Dante's neck explodes. Bang! And then Dante reaches a near-death state. And then Rabbit comes to Dante and says, "Son of Sparta." And then from Rabbit's mouth it is revealed to us that Sparta's son is none other than our Dante. And then now we find out that all this was Rabbit's doing, meaning all this conspiracy and trickery was Rabbit's. And now Dante is Sparta's son, and Rabbit needs Dante. And Rabbit needs Dante because with his help, he can open the gate of the demon realm, meaning he needs the amulet and the sword, and he also needs Dante, with whose help he can open the gate of hell. On the other hand, the demon plasma kills a Darkcom agent and takes his form, so that he can go inside Darkcom and gather information about it. And here, Mary doesn't even suspect Andes, the agent Plasma is impersonating, but instead considers him brave. And here, Mary had also put a tracker on the amulet, which shows the amulet's position on the screen, meaning the amulet's location is with Mary, and Mary will go there now. And now the scene shifts. We see Rabbit's two demons, whose names are Agni and Rudra. And here, Rabbit has also captured Benz and his men. And these two demons have kept them in this plane. And then Rabbit gives a message to all of them here. And Rabbit tells all of them that Sparta's son, Dante, meaning Sparta's son himself, can save you. Otherwise, no one here can save you from here without him. And Rabbit says that there's a bomb on this plane. My two demons can detonate this bomb at any time. If Dante wants, he can save you all. If Dante comes in his devil trigger mode, he can save all of them. But Benz doesn't give up here. He has a lot of faith in Dante, because if Dante wants, he can save us. And then Dante gets triggered, because here Agni and Rudra were making fun of Dante. And then Dante fights Agni and Rudra. he comes into his half-demon body, and Dante, as soon as he comes into his half-demon body, Dante gets a lot of power here, because of which he kills Agni, and Rudra in anger blasts the plane because Agni was killed, who was his brother. And everyone in the plane, Benz and everyone else, starts falling down from the plane. And at this point, Dante has to save everyone, and Dante decides that he won't let anyone among them die. And Dante finds out that he is indeed a demon, and he is indeed the son of Sparta. And on the other side, Mary takes her team to that same point location, in an apartment where the tracker was showing. And then we find out that this turns out to be Rabbit's setup. Baal and Echidna finish off Mary's team. And now, backup was taking a long time to arrive, so Mary starts running upstairs. And Mary crosses a sensor here, which causes gas to come out at her. And because of this gas, Mary starts seeing strange nightmares. In the nightmare, she sees her father's demon body, and she sees the corpses of her friends. And now, Mary doesn't even know what's real and what's fake. Baal and Echidna are looking for Mary. Hiding and escaping somehow, Mary goes inside a room in an apartment, and the family hiding in that room hides Mary. And then Mary finds out that the people who gave her shelter are actually demons, not humans. And then we find out that these demons themselves were scared. And then Mary points her gun at these demons. And then Mary finds out that there are good demons and bad demons. And from this, we also find out that there are good demons and bad demons in hell. And the bad demons are ruling in hell. And those bad demons have destroyed the resources there to such an extent, and the air there has also become toxic, meaning no one can breathe properly there. And in such a situation, Rabbit brings the small and weak demons here. And Rabbit also says that their life on Earth will be better, and these demons have to hide and live. And here, Rabbit is even experimenting on Ana demon children. And Rabbit is carrying out all these things in this very building. And hearing this, Mary's mind gets a bit confused. And now, Mary feels that demons are bad, but that's not entirely true. There are good demons and bad demons, and now Mary understands this. And she leaves these demons without harming them. And she also says that she will rescue her family and all the other demons living in this building and also rescue them. And now the scene shifts. We see Dante fighting Rudra. And while fighting in the air, Dante and Rudra crash into this very building, fighting during the fall. And before Rudra could attack Dante, and then Mary shoots him with an anti-demon bullet, and that demon dies there. Well, now Mary and Dante are together. They follow the tracker to a room where they see that Rabbit and the amulet are not there, and the tracker was taken out and kept there. Yes, Rabbit is playing mind games with Mary here. And just as Rabbit had killed Mary's team, in the same pose, all of Rabbit's puppets were placed on the chairs. And here, Rabbit is mentally tormenting Mary, and Mary understands that Rabbit is very cunning. And then Rabbit connects with them and says, "Dante needs to come to me and surrender. Otherwise, my demons will attack all the cities and wreak havoc." And then Mary understands that Rabbit needs Dante so that he can open the demon realm's door. Meaning he needs the amulet, the sword, and Dante so that he can open the gate of hell. And now we find out that Blade and Amulet need Dante's blood to be activated. Why Dante's blood? Because he's Sparta's son, and Sparta himself had created all these things and had also built a wall between the two worlds. And Sparta had also separated these two worlds. And now Rabbit is desperate to know if Dante has come in his full demon form or not. If he hasn't, then his blood won't work. Dante has to come in his full demon form. But we saw that Dante has already come in his full demon form, meaning his blood will work now. And that amulet and sword will also be activated by his blood. Is rescuing demons from that building. And then BB Benz contacts them and says that they don't need to evacuate them, but to finish them off. They are demons, not humans. And then, hearing this order, Darkcom's team shows no mercy to those innocent baby demons either, but finishes them off too. And now Plasma, in Hush, seeing all this, his heart sinks. And Plasma, in anger, blows up the entire building, in which he himself is also killed, and his demon family is also killed. And many Darkcom soldiers are also killed. And before the explosion, Dante takes Mary far away from this building, thus saving Mary. And now Plasma is also dead, and Darkcom's many soldiers are also dead. So with this, now let's find out Mary and Rabbit's backstory. So first, let's know Mary's backstory. When Mary was young, she had her mom and dad. And Mary was very brave since childhood. And she always talked about killing monsters and kept a toy gun in her hand. And one night, Mary and her family were coming home from the subway. And then a demon in human form attacks them. And then our little Mary tries to kill this demon with her toy gun. And we see that, just as the demon attacks Mary, a train comes and finishes off the demon. And seeing all this, we understand that Mary is indeed very brave. And Mary's father, seeing all this, gets very scared. And Mary's father thinks that Mary's family is in trouble. Because demons are in this world, I need to protect my family. I need to research these demons to protect my family. And in this research, Mary's father leaves his job and everything else. He stays locked in one room and continues his research. And thus, a lot of time passes. Mary makes a new friend, and she always played with him in her childhood. And one night, Mary's father finds a demon's hand whose DNA he injects into himself. And Mary's father becomes a demon. And Mary's father, as soon as he takes demonic form, eats Mary's mother. And then he attacks Mary too. And Mary also defends herself. And in this fight, a fire starts in the house, due to which Mary's father burns and dies. And Mary survives here. And seeing all this, Mary decides that she will never spare the demons. And then Mary grows up quite a bit. She does a lot of hard training. And then she joins Darkcom. And what does Darkcom do? The demons that come from hell to earth, it finishes them off. So Mary's story ends here for now. Now let's move on to Rabbit's story. So let's start Rabbit's story. So Rabbit is actually a human. In childhood, he was an orphan and he was put in a hostel room. Here he was always bullied. And the older boys here always bullied him. And the mother here also used to beat him a lot. And here we see a book in Rabbit's hand. And then one night, a portal opens next to Rabbit's house. And this portal opened due to quantum disturbance. And Rabbit goes into this portal because his life here was like hell. Through this portal, Rabbit reaches hell. And as soon as he enters this portal, then a giant demon starts chasing Rabbit here. And the small demons here save Rabbit and also give him shelter here. And this demon family adopts Rabbit. And Rabbit gets the love from this demon family that he didn't get there on Earth. And Rabbit grows up with these demon children. And we know that Makai's air is very bad, meaning because of that toxic air, Rabbit's little demon sister's health gets very bad. In this environment, she can't breathe, which causes her death. And now Rabbit decides that he will take his family to a place like Earth where they can be safe. And then Rabbit finds a crystal on which he researches for many years. And Rabbit creates a device that can open small portals to Earth. And because of this, he takes the demon family to Earth. And here on Earth, Darkcom and Mary soldiers are hunting these demons. And in this way, many of Rabbit's family members are also killed. And Rabbit somehow manages to leave these demons in an apartment building to bring other demons. Darkcom finds this location and kills all these demons. And Rabbit also gets shot here. And Rabbit had also told Darkcom's members that they are like humans, don't kill them, just listen to us. But Darkcom's members didn't listen to Rabbit. And in front of Rabbit's eyes, Rabbit's entire family is killed. And in this way, Rabbit's mind gets twisted. And on that day, Rabbit, to save himself, injects the blood transfusion device into himself. He puts a device on his chest which allows demon blood to flow, keeping him alive. And then Rabbit makes that mask at that time, which he wears on his face. And Rabbit hides all the scars on his body. And then Rabbit says, "Humans, now get ready. Now you will know what hell is." So now Rabbit will take revenge on humans. And with this, Rabbit's story also ends here. And now with this, we are slowly moving towards the final episode. Moving towards the final episode, Rabbit goes to Makai where he meets a horned demon. And that demon gives but also a piece of the amulet. And let me remind you all that the amulet was split into two parts. The amulet was in two pieces. One piece of the amulet was with Dante and the other was with Virgil. According to Dante, when he was little, his mother and Virgil were killed in childhood. And here, that horn demon gives Virgil's blood and also that amulet to Rabbit. And now we find out that to activate the sword, not only Dante's but also Virgil's blood is needed to activate that sword. And now Rabbit has both amulets, the sword, Virgil's blood, only Dante's blood is missing. And Rabbit will also get Dante's blood because Rabbit has called Dante to a meeting spot. If Dante doesn't come, he will attack the entire city. Then Rabbit comes to Earth from Makai. And then Mary tells Dante that you won't go alone to meet Rabbit. That's why she again makes Dante her prisoner and captures him, so that Dante can't get out of this place. And then Mary reaches the meeting spot where Dante was supposed to be, but Mary arrives there. And here she fights Rabbit's demons. And here Mary had little chance of winning, but still she fights. And during this fight, Mary gets a cut from a demon, due to which she is temporarily paralyzed. And just as Rabbit's demons were about to finish Mary, Dante makes his entry here. And then Dante comes and saves Mary here. So now we are going to see the fight Dante versus Rabbit. And before the fight, Rabbit takes Dante to Makai. He tells Dante about Makai, how Makai's air has become toxic. And Rabbit explains that it's difficult to even breathe in Makai's world. And here we see Dante also having a hard time breathing. He returns to Earth to catch his breath. Rabbit tells Dante that he wants to join these two worlds so that the demons there can breathe properly. And then Dante says that if that happens, the demons there will come here. And seeing, hearing, and understanding all this, Dante doesn't agree to give his blood, because if all the demons come to Earth, humans won't be able to survive. After this, a fight starts between Dante and Baal, and these two fight fiercely. Sometimes they fight on Earth, sometimes they go to hell to fight. They have a very intense fight. And during this fight, Dante gets hold of that device. He closes the portal with it, because of which Baal's half-body was in hell and his head was on Earth. And as soon as Dante turns off that device, Baal's work is finished. And in the meantime, Rabbit reveals his face to Mary. And then, as soon as Mary sees Rabbit's face, she remembers something, how Mary had attacked Rabbit's demon friends. And then Rabbit explains that Mundus rules in Makai, and here on Earth, Dotcom's people rule. According to Rabbit, because of Mundus, the good demons there can't survive. And here on Earth, because of Dotcom's people, they can't survive, but Dotcom's people were just killing them. Rabbit's point is that Mundus and Dotcom are both the same. And then, at this point, Dante also arrives here, and he immediately fights Rabbit and defeats him. And just as Rabbit falls from the building, then Dante catches him, meaning he catches the locket, which saves Rabbit for now. But then Rabbit cuts the chain of that locket, due to which he falls into the water. And Dante thinks that Rabbit's work is finished here. But no, I don't think Rabbit died so easily. And then in the very next scene, we see Rabbit, who didn't die there. And then Rabbit's condition is very bad. Then Rabbit sees a demon who is trying to survive. Then Rabbit catches him, takes his blood, and injects it into himself, due to which he transforms into a very large demon form. And right then, Mr. Benz arrives here with his men. And Mr. Benz comes and says that Andrus is a traitor. He was working for Rabbit. He takes that device from his hand, and he considers Andrus a traitor and finishes him off there. And then, with Rabbit's device, he opens a small portal here between Hell and Earth. And then Benz orders that the small portal I've opened here, attack it quickly and prepare to attack Hell. And Rabbit knew that if Dotcom's members got his device, then humans, Dotcom, who are here on Earth, will go to Hell and make their base there. And the innocent demons remaining in Hell won't be able to survive there either, but the humans from Earth will go there and kill them too. And Rabbit had told Andrus to destroy his device as his last mission, but Andrus couldn't do that. And we see that in the demon Hell, they have made their entire base. And here these soldiers are capturing demons and imprisoning them. And a few days later, a horn demon attacks here, and it frees all the imprisoned demons, so that Mundus, who is the ruler of Hell, can use them for his work. And at this point, we find out that this horn demon is none other than Virgil, who is Dante's brother. And Virgil says that enough is enough. And with this, Devil May Cry Season 1 ends here. Meaning, in its Season 2, Dante and Virgil's fight is bound to happen. And these two brothers will be on different paths in the next season. One brother might be after power, the other, who knows what he'll be after. But anyway, for now, Dante is sleeping here. And in the next season, who will free Dante from here or wake him up? We'll only see that in the next season. But wait, who is this Mundos after all? And why is Virgil working for him? We'll find that out in the next season. So with this, Devil May Cry Season 1 ends here. And you all tell me, how did you like Devil May Cry Season 1?